What's good, brothers? It's Governor Jay back presenting facts over fiction to give you the knowledge you've been missing. When you come to the channel, put your emotions to the side. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. So tonight, I just want to talk about like an issue that I noticed, right? And it's something that a lot of my old heads have told me over the years. And you know what I mean? It always takes a knucklehead like me, a hardhead like me to experience something to really understand. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I know my following ain't the biggest, and whoever tunes in may not actually have firsthand experience with this topic. But I know this is something that never really gets discussed in these settings, right? I'll say in these online settings, like it never gets discussed. Now I've had some discussions with brothers in person about it, right? Of course, a lot of brothers from up top, up north, have already warned me, and I've actually talked with some brothers down south, particularly in Georgia, about this issue, right? And it's funny, man, because like I said, man, brothers just be straight up with it, like, yo, bro, they just what I don't know what it is, but these down south Negroes or down south brothers, y'all hate y'all or can't stand or dislike, got some kind of disdain for the up north brothers, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to understand it, right? We got to have a dialogue. Unlike certain platforms, that push certain propaganda, right? And they just want to act like every and we all together, whatever you want to call it, Black American. Off the FBA thing, I still haven't rebranded and whatnot, but check my last live stream out. You'll see where I'm coming from with kind of kicking the whole FBA thing. But like I said, I just want to talk to the brothers because this is something that definitely affects the brothers. It don't have nothing to do with sisters. To keep it a buck when it comes to the sisters or whatever. As an up north nigga, like there's no issue there at all. Like and maybe that's part of the reason. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the reason why the brothers got an issue. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? One thing I've heard, you know, is that, and this is coming from a lot of brothers, a lot of older cats that I've got a lot of knowledge from over the years, is that, hey man, be careful down south, right? First off, they talk about the racism stuff. Hey, the whitey down south is different from whitey up north, man. You gotta be careful with whitey down south, man. They the history and you know this, that, and the third. Be careful with the whitey. But there's also a caveat to that where brothers is going to warn a nigga that, hey, also gotta watch out for them brothers down south, because for whatever reason, y'all niggas can't stand us up north niggas. And you know what I'm saying? And it boggles my mind, man, because I don't get where the beef comes from, right? We all supposed to be one people. You know what I mean? Of course, everybody got different cultures, but if we all one ethnic group, we all Black Americans, what's the problem? Like, what's the problem? You see what I'm saying? Big shout out to the brothers in Texas, man. I'm gonna put it like this, right? My first real experience living in the South was in Texas, was in Houston, Texas. And to keep it a thousand, I know Texas, y'all consider themselves the South, man. Look, I am not denying that at all. But I gotta be honest, man. As a brother coming from up north who's actually traveled and been all over this country, Texas in particular gives me more West vibes. I don't know why. It just does, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's due to the demographics out there, the Latinos, that the desert that's out there, being so close to Mexico, all that stuff. It feels more West. And why I say shout out to them is because I never really felt that hatred down there coming from the Black Americans in Texas, or at least in Houston or Dallas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I spent some time in Dallas. I mean, never really lived in Dallas, but I've been to Dallas. And, it's always been good vibes over there. Always good vibes in Houston. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the Southeast, like I said, particularly Georgia and now Florida, right? I'm currently in Florida now. I noticed, man, there is like a low-key kind of, I don't know what it is, man. It's hard for me to say jealousy. I don't want to say niggas is jealous, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, you throw that kind of word out, somebody might come out and feel some kind of way about that. I just need to know what it is. Like, I've spoke on this previously in a previous live as well. I touched on it somewhat. But like I said, I just had a little experience, and and I ain't going to really get into that right now on this live stream. But I definitely had an experience with a brother who seemed cool, you know what I'm saying? But man, I'm telling you, man, some of these down south brothers will stab a nigga in the back so quick, man. And I don't know what it be, man. I don't know what it is. So that's why I said I want to get on here. Hopefully, like I said, I know my platform not big enough for people to actually tap in and we can have a real discussion with it. But I just got to give you my observations right now. Particularly in the South, Southeast, Florida, Georgia. Oh yeah, I've definitely felt that hatred coming from a lot of brothers. It's not all the brothers down here that hate up north niggas, or you know what I'm saying. Once they leave, when they leave with the whole, oh, where are you from? When they hear that accent, you tell them up north. Yeah, they play like, oh yeah, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? When you really get chopping it up with them, bro, they not rocking with us. I had a brother I was working with last year out in Georgia. Back during the training, he training me. I mean, we working together for like 3 weeks or whatever. And he told me straight up, you know what I mean? Because I had to bring it up to him, man, because I felt the vibes. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, what's the deal, homie? Like, what's the problem? And he like, man, to keep it real, bro, you cool and all that, man. I just don't like you up north niggas. Like, then he tried to say, well, it's really just the New Yorkers or whatever. It's really just the New Yorkers, man. I guess niggas came down there, and he feel like some of the New Yorkers come down to Georgia, think they running shit. You know what I'm saying? And they arrogant and cocky and all that other stuff. And I had to try to tell him. I said, listen, brother, I understand where you coming from, man. You know what I'm saying? New Yorkers pop up in fucking Pennsylvania all the time, bro. They do the same thing when they show up in Philly. You know what I mean? They do the same thing everywhere they go, man. That's New Yorkers. But I had to break it down to him. I said, listen, bro, I'm not from New York, though. You see what I'm saying? I'm from Philly. I'm not from New York. Then he had to say, well, nah, you cool though. Like I said, Philly cool, but it's just, I've always had bad experiences with, brothers that come from up north. And I'm like, listen, man, like I said, I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? My question is, what's with the animosity? What's with the animosity, man? I'm gonna need brothers to put that shit aside, man, because like I mentioned in a previous live stream, it's going to be more and more brothers moving to the South. That's going to keep occurring. It's going to keep happening over the next decades or so. It's going to keep happening. So we going to have to stick together, man. I mean, I'm not understanding what's up with the backstabbing that's going on out here, man. It's real corny to me, man. Because at the same time, you got a lot of these Latinos moving out to the South, in the Carolinas and all that. I don't see that same animosity and hostility for them. And they really hate you. You see what I'm saying? Like, Carolinas, both of them, North and South Carolina, man, y'all getting flooded with Mexicans and all them type of people, man. They can't stand us as Black Americans. But when I observe interactions between the country niggas down here and these Mexicans and all that, it's like all love and smiles and all that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all really don't understand what's going on, because the thing with the Mexicans and the Latinos in general is that when they have small numbers in locations, man, they always act humble and friendly and, we all in this together. And they do all that stuff, man. But once they got enough numbers for them to have their own established communities and all that, they give niggas the middle finger every single time. And don't let them start outnumbering you in certain environments. You really gonna feel that racism and that hatred. They do that, man, worse than the white man sometimes. Ask the brothers in LA, man. Trust me. I've been to LA. I've lived in LA. Go ask them brothers out in California how the Mexicans really get down when they get their numbers all the way up and they get up on a city council You know what I'm saying? And they in the political positions and they're the sheriff and all that, man. Or even ask some of the brothers that be down in Texas. And it ain't too many of them that once you get out of Eastern Texas, once you get out of the whole Houston, Dallas, and everything in between there, it ain't too many brothers once you get west and deep South Texas. But I'm pretty sure some of them brothers, some of them that's down there, the very few that's down there, they keep it real. The ones in San Antonio, they know what I'm talking about. Any of the brothers on the east side of San Antonio, they know what I'm talking about. So I'm just really disappointed in these niggas down here, man. Really disappointed, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially Florida, man. Because I always liked Florida. Finally got down here, made it down here, and it's like, man, yeah, I mean, there is camaraderie here amongst the brothers that's from here. And of course, they, everybody politicking with the Haitians and politicking with the Caribbeans and the Jamaicans. But when it comes to a brother from up top, from up north, it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Low key, niggas got an issue with niggas. Like, and it be real subtle and shit. It's like real passive aggressive backstabbing type. You know what I mean? And niggas, we want to address it, man. We want to address it, man. Because of course you got these content creators that talk all day long about foreigners coming from backstabbing cultures and all that, right? Which is very true. Very, very, very true. But we never address these, because here's the thing about the propaganda that these this new black media, whatever, pushes. It's all positive, which is cool. Like, I understand it's positive propaganda that counters the mainstream negative propaganda about us as black Americans. Cool, I don't got a problem with that. My issue is that we need more people that's going to start talking about real issues amongst us as a culture, right? And that's why this channel right here is going to pivot to black male empowerment. We're going to talk about black issues that's specific about black American males, all right? The brothers, the men, you know what I'm saying? We got to get our shit right. We got to get our stuff in order, man. And we can't have these regional beefs where it's down south nigga got an issue with an up north nigga, East Coast and the West Coast. Now here's the thing about East Coast, West Coast, man, because I lived on the West Coast. When it comes to the brothers on the West Coast, I never really got that hatred out there. You know what I'm saying? I never felt that. You know what I'm saying? And whenever there was some kind of issue or some static back in the day, I was a young buck, so I missed that wave, fortunately. But I got family that done moved out to the West Coast, man. They thrive and everything good. I go back to the West Coast anytime. I got friends and stuff like that to this day in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? In LA, Southern California. Shout out to them. Never got no vibes where it's like, oh, they hate a nigga because he's from the East Coast like that. Hey, I've never witnessed it, never experienced it. But when it comes to you niggas in the South, like I said, particularly Georgia, Florida, for me personally, right? I got family in North Carolina. That's family, you know what I'm saying? Family, that's always love with family in North Carolina. But I personally never lived in North Carolina. But I got homies that done lived in Charlotte. They tell me the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Brothers that lived in Charlotte, brothers that lived in South Carolina, they all say the same thing. Hey, man, be careful with them niggas down south, bro. They hate us up north niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? And of course, we can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? At least not none of my folks that's coming from Philly or Jersey, Delaware, coming from that region. Now, some of the New Yorkers may have an idea of why that exists. But from people from my region, bro, no, we don't understand it. It's just like, hey, man, them niggas don't like us. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother. I got a brother, man, from Camden, New Jersey. Older brother, man. I got a lot of game from him, man. He told me back in the day, he from Camden. He rep Camden real hard, man. He told me when I first came down to Georgia, he's like, man, listen, man, you better be careful with them niggas in Georgia, man. Because he had moved to Georgia and he was living in like Camden County, Georgia, which is like southern Georgia. I don't know if he was in St. Mary's or Kingsland. I forget where he said he lived at, but I knew it was Camden County because, I guess he wanted to keep Camden thing going. So, you know what I mean? But to make a long story short, he had a business. He opened up a storefront. You know what I'm saying? He was looking out for the people You know what I mean? And they hated on him, man. They was hating on him. You know what I'm saying? He may have been doing some stuff on the side out of that business. You know what I mean? And you know, niggas got the snitching on him. You see what I'm saying? Niggas got the snitching on him. They got him locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever little side business, little side hustles he had out of his business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And his business was on some pro-black stuff. You know, I think he was selling black memorabilia, RGB. You know what I mean? Pan-African type stuff. This is back in the day, of course. And them niggas snitched on him and shit. Got him locked up, man. He had to come on back up top, man. He had to come on back to Jersey, man. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of old heads that done spend a lot of time in the South. They all say the same thing, man. Look out, niggas don't fucking like us out here, man. I'll never forget, man, I was, when I first pulled up in Savannah, this was a year ago, pulled up in Savannah. I'm in the plaza or whatever, and I see a brother hop out the car. He got all the Eagle gear on. He straight Eagle out, Eagle jersey, Eagle hat, everything. I said, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Go, all right, let me see my brother from Philly. Walk up in the Family Dollar or the Dollar Tree or whatever it was. Man, I pull up on him. I'm like, oh, what's up, brother, man? I see you got the Eagles on, you know what I mean? Go Birds, you feel me? Go Birds, you heard? He's like, oh, man, what's up, brother? He's like, yeah, I mean, how long you been down here, man? I just got here a couple days ago. He's like, word, man, yo, you know what I mean? You looking for work? Hey, nigga, go check out the Hyundai plant. You know that Hyundai plant, that Hyundai plant that's in the news now? Yo, you need to go check out the Hyundai plant, check out Gulfstream. Those are the main, these was hiring out here. Word, all right, cool, bet. And he telling me, listen, man, I'm gonna keep it one thing, man. He's like, listen, you're gonna hear certain comments and you're gonna hear certain things coming from people that you least expected, man. Don't be surprised. I'm like, what you mean by that, brother? He's talking in code because we in the middle of a store. You feel me? People walking around. He's like trying to talk in code. And I'm like, all right. He's like, look, I'm just telling you. I'm like, so what you? I'm like, what you talk about? You talk about them folks? Talk about them folks? He like, nah. And he talk about our so-called folks. I'm like, oh. He like, yeah, man. Just keep your head on the swivel, man. They do not like us down here. He's telling me he had been there for 2 years. Nigga, they can't stand us out here. I said, damn. Real, man, man, my old heads warned me. They told me they ain't like us down here. You know what I'm saying? That's what they told me. He's like, yeah, nigga, it's true. I'm like, all right, bet, man. I appreciate, you know what I mean? Appreciate the heads up. You feel me? You know what I mean? Keep it pushing, you know what I mean? Like I said, I ended up getting a job. You know what I mean? Shout out to the, you know, to the guys who did look out for me and ended up giving me a job. Like I said, there is some cool people down here. I'm not saying everyone's like that, but my thing is just trying to figure out, you know, who's who out here. You know what I mean? And if it is a brother out here that ain't on that type of time, that's down here, whether they in the Carolinas, they in Georgia, Florida. I'm not going to speak too much on like Mississippi and Alabama and all that because I don't got a whole lot of experience down there. I'm not going to speak on that. But I'm talking about where I be at and where I've been and places I've spent time at. What's up with it? What's up with you niggas, man? What's up with the hatred? What's up with the hostility? What's up with the passive aggressiveness? Where does it come from? Where does it stem from? Because from what I noticed, at least where I come from, when people come from down south and they come up north, we don't hate on niggas coming from down south that move up north. It's not a whole lot of them, at least not that I know in Philly or whatever and in the surrounding areas. But the ones I do know, man, they thrive. They cool. Nobody's hating on them. Nobody hating on them, man. Listen, man, I lived in North Philly, in Logan. It's a Logan section of North Philly. All right, some people might consider Logan. They might say that Logan's not North Philly. I'll put it like this, nigga. Coming from Southwest and Darby and all that, Logan has always been North Philly to me. But when I moved to Logan, all right, I had to learn Logan is Logan. It's not North Philly because the niggas from Logan will tell you, nigga, I'm going down North Philly and that's not North Philly. Oh, okay, cool. But living in Logan, I say that to say this. I lived in Logan, man. I had next door neighbors. They was all from Oklahoma, right? Some Seminole brothers and sisters, right? Whole family of them. They all came from Oklahoma. They ain't no problems in Philly, man. I mean, come on now. Nobody gave them no problem. Nobody gave no smoke. Texas, old head named Texas or whatever. He was from Oklahoma, but his nickname was Texas. Nigga, he did all the work on the car. Granted, he was a smoker and whatnot. You know what I mean? He had his vices and whatnot. But hey, man, that nigga can fix an engine with a butter knife. You feel me? And we paid him accordingly, and he had no issues, nigga. Come on, man. When I stayed out Jersey, we had a young brother that was from North Carolina, actually not far from where my family at in Gates County. I forget where he was from. I don't know if it was Murfreesboro or something like that. We just called him North, nigga. Everybody called him North. He from North Carolina. He North, got that super country accent, nigga. Man, come on, man. We embraced young boy. Was no hatred. Ain't nobody treat these niggas no different. We like, oh, you from down south, man. Welcome. You feel me? Welcome. Now, granted, down here, niggas just say, welcome, you know, welcome to South. Oh, yes, they give you the Southern hospitality. But that should be fake, bro. It be fake as hell. And, you know, we got to get to the bottom of that as men, man, because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and granted, I've heard similar situations coming from sisters that have moved down south as far as their interactions with sisters in the south, right? But like I said, the male and female dynamic is completely different from what women are going to experience amongst themselves. Like, that should be a given. Everybody should understand that. Like, you know, I mean, that's not to say everybody does, but you should understand it's not going to be the same. And yeah, man, I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. And we got to start having these conversations and really get to the bottom of it, because being down here in the South, man, from what I witnessed, man, it's a lot of foreigners that's moving over here, especially in this low country area, this low country, you know, from Jacksonville going up north to Wilmington, North Carolina, this whole Gullah Geechee land over here, it's a lot of foreigners moving up in here, man. And you brothers ain't got no smoke for none of these foreigners that's coming in and taking over. No smoke for them. But you got a problem with your brothers and sisters that done migrated up north back in the day. We done migrated up to Pennsylvania and New York or whatever. You got a problem with them, and we coming back down. What's with the smoke, man? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Like, where does the hostility and the animosity come from? Because I don't get it. None of my OGs that done been warned me about niggas from the South, none of them understand it. They just say, yo, man, when you go down there, be careful. Whitey is a little bit different down there. Whitey gonna be more hostile, and them niggas is gonna be backstabbing you because they hate us up north niggas. And I didn't believe it, especially because my first experience in the South was Texas, and I didn't experience that in Texas. Shout out to Texas and the brothers that came from Louisiana, because there was a whole lot of brothers coming from New Orleans and Louisiana that was living in Houston, that still live in Houston and that whole area back in the day. I didn't experience that with them, man. Now, granted, some of them, yeah, okay. Some of them, okay. Some of them was on some funny style shit. But for the most part, they wasn't. Most part, they was cool. Out here in Georgia and Florida and the Carolinas, it's damn near in reverse. It's like most niggas is on some funny style shit. And it's a couple cool brothers. I'm not understanding the issue, especially when you don't got smoke for these Mexicans that's coming and taking over your shit. You know what I mean? You don't got no smoke for the Indians coming in. You ain't got no smoke for these Haitians and these Jamaicans and these Africans coming over here, taking over your shit. You know what I'm saying? When the Africans came and moved up all up in the neighborhoods where we come from, bro, we don't mess with them. They don't mess with us. There's always been a divide, at least in Southwest Philly, that whole area. It's always been a divide between Africans and the Black Americans. You see what I'm saying? Down here, I mean, I guess it's probably the same, but I just don't see it. I don't see the hostility, because these Africans, they coming in and they taking over. And you niggas just letting them take over. But I guess you gonna have a problem with some up north niggas come take over, right? That's where you draw the line at. That's what I'm assuming. That's where you gonna draw the line at. That's where you gonna start acting funny style. Somebody explain it to me. Somebody let me know where does the hostility come from? Because like I said, it's played out as far as I'm concerned. That stuff is played out. Now let me let me double back, right? We'll talk about the Hyundai plant, since the Hyundai plant thing is been in the news lately. I'm gonna put it like this, right? I was in that Hyundai plant. I've been in that plant about I'll say about 10 to 12 times about a year ago, when they, they're still building it. Because I work for the company that delivered the uniforms up in there. You went in there, collect the uniforms, go in there, deliver the uniforms. Basically, the painting uniforms. What a lot of people don't know is that they've already been manufacturing cars in there. It's just on a very small scale. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was in there about a year ago, it was like 1 or 2 assembly lines that I witnessed with my own eyes, where they was assembling the damn cars already. But it's on a very, very small scale. And this was about a year ago. It's grown a lot over there. It's grown a lot since then. You know what I'm saying? I've witnessed it. It's grown a lot. They still building. Now they building the whole battery facility, where all they're going to do is manufacture batteries, which is a whole nother building in that complex. That whole Hyundai complex in Elabelle, Georgia is like 4 or 5 square miles. You know what I'm saying? It's humongous. It's like the size of a small town. You know what I mean? At least for these Georgia towns, it's about the size of a Georgia town, that whole campus. And I put it like this, man. I pulled up in there, man. Yeah, they had some black folks working. All the black folks that I witnessed, they kind of, I don't know if it was a union or what, but they worked in that area that I went to, where they had the damn painting uniforms at. So I don't know if they was just painters or what, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else that was in there was Asian and Koreans. Asian and Mexican, my bad. Korean and Mexican for the most part. The Koreans was up in there, had the hard hats and the glasses on with the clipboards and the long white gowns and shit. We used to bring the gowns or the lab coats. That's what we called it. They'd wear the lab coats with the clipboards pointing, and they was in charge. You feel me? Then you had the Mexicans that was basically doing all the construction. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I said, you had that contingent of black folks. To be honest, I didn't even see too many white folks. Like, granted, there were some white folks there. They was kind of somewhat up in that upper management level with the Koreans, but it was mostly the Koreans that was running the show. You know what I'm saying? From what I witnessed. And granted, the person I corresponded with, as far as, who I talked with, as far as, the whole uniform situation, changed like 3 times within the matter of 3 to 4 months. First, it was some Hispanic dude. Then it was a black dude. Then it was an Asian dude. By the time I left, it was an Asian guy that I corresponded with. And I'm like, every time I'm like, well, what happened to the last guy? Oh, yeah, he left. He went and got another job. I'm like, man, come on, man. For real? Everybody keep talking about this is the spot to be. You get a guy in there, he's only working there for a few months, and then he goes and does something else. Like, really? What's really going on? You see what I'm coming from? If that's supposed to be the biggest money-making facility in Georgia right now, why would people be coming and going that soon? I mean, you know what I mean? And obviously, because these niggas they playing games. They bringing in these illegal immigrants, and it's full of illegal immigrants. That's why people keep asking me, why you don't get a job at the Hyundai plant? Hyundai. Bro, they got all them damn immigrants in there. And of course, they gatekeep all that stuff. Now, I'll be surprised if even if them painters are still, black and white folks. I would be surprised, man. Because like I said, when I was in there, that's all they had the black and some white folks doing was in the painting department. I guess because people already got experience doing that. But when it came to the manufacturing on the assembly lines, all Koreans. And then all the building that was going on, all Mexicans. That's what's going on over at that Hyundai plant. I've been there. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've been inside of there. So I wanted to get on that, man, because like I said, if this whole region is majority black and white folks, you know what I mean? And you got some people that's taking the side of the Koreans. Like, I'm seeing all different kind of takes on the whole Hyundai plant. And it's like, I'm seeing Americans siding with the Koreans, talking about, oh, the Koreans are so upset. Man, who cares? And it's all because they hate Trump or whatever. Like, you going to hate Trump, so you're going to take the side of some foreigners who are over here exploiting loopholes in the system on expired visas, illegal immigrants. You going to take their side because you worried about how South Korea is going to do business with us? What, man, keep it real, man. Keep it real. You just hate whatever Trump does. That's all. Just keep it real. Like it don't even make sense talking about you going to side with some Koreans who over here illegally working, and that's supposed to be a manufacturing plant with American jobs. I don't want to hear about, oh, they're going to hire all the Americans after they done finished the building it all. Man, get the hell out of here, man. You know, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Yeah, all right, I get it. You're going to have to bring over some Korean engineers, you know. Yeah, they got to bring over and install certain parts that only the Koreans. I get that, but what you need 400 of them for? 400? 400 engineers and all that? Get out of here, man. I don't want to hear about no Americans can't do that job. That's bull. It's bullshit, bro. That don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Let me get on this I gotta get on the Charlie Kirk thing too, man, right? Because everybody talking about Charlie Kirk, that been in the news for the last 2 days. Listen, man, I've seen people, mostly Keishas or whatever, online celebrating. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Keisha celebrating online, which is out of line. The Keisha's looking real bad out here, man. The fact that they constantly getting online. I can't even say getting caught, because they just put themselves out there, getting online celebrating these people's deaths. Like, it don't matter what that dude said or what he did, whether you like him or not. You know what I'm saying? You don't get online and laugh at people dying. I mean, do you feel that way when your son's out here getting murdered and all that? When your son's getting murdered and you're on the camera crying, talking about he was a good boy and all that? Would you like it if people just was laughing at you all day? Now, granted, I don't like Charlie Kirk. Never liked that dude, man. Never liked him. I don't feel nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put it like this. I ain't gonna lie. When I seen it, I was like, oh, shit. No. I was like, oh, they offed him. I said, damn, they smoked him and shot him in the neck, man. I'm like, oh, shit. But to get online and, like, laugh and to make it, come on, man. Come on, man. How demonic can you be? How demonic can you be to do something like that? Keep that to yourself. And then now I got to speak on the bootlick niggas too, though. The bootlicking niggas that was out there crying for it. Like, you had some people that was celebrating, most people celebrating, you know, a lot of black sisters and a lot of white folks, and, you know, all them liberals, all them crazy motherfuckers celebrating. Then you had the you know, the sellout type niggas, mostly the immigrants, right? Immigrants and the super conservatives over here crying about. I'm like, what you crying over this dude for? He don't like no black folks. He don't care where you come from. Of course, he gonna prefer an African over a black American all day. That's what they all prefer, that. But they don't really like you. You know what I'm saying? And this is what brothers gotta understand about the tethers or whatever, man. Hey, man, they in the way, man. But they recognize that the white man prefers them, you know, and they think that's a flex or something. We don't give a F. We don't care whether they like us. Y'all come over here kissing ass. We don't kiss no ass. Well, I can't speak for everybody. I know I don't. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be kissing no white man ass, man. Especially one that already explicitly told us he don't like us, and any chance he deflect all the issues that white America got, he going to deflect on a black person. What we look like crying over his demise? Y'all niggas crazy out here, man. Y'all crazy out here, man. But yeah, man. That's all I gotta say. I ain't even gonna get into the whole Charlie Kirk thing, man. We come on. Everybody done seen the clips. We done seen all the foul stuff he done said about black people, man. Whether you celebrating or you crying, like, y'all gotta chill out, man. This ain't our fight. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the issue. Here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that the liberals and the conservatives is going to get the fighting. It might be a war popping off here. And the unfortunate part about it is that black Americans have been associated with this liberal shit for so long, for at least 60 years. They think we got to be on the side of the liberals and we going to catch all the hell. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, brothers, if you on your game, man, stay in the middle, fall back, keep your head on a swivel. Stay in the middle, keep your head on a swivel. We not fighting for either side. I'm moderate, right? If I had to choose, right, that's why I had to come to the conclusion. I'm a moderate. I'm a registered independent. I voted for the first time ever last November, right? That was the first time I ever voted. I didn't even vote for the Barack Obama, nigga. I didn't trust that nigga back in 07, 06. I was a young buck. I said, nigga, I ain't voting for him. But anyway, I voted for the first time, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle. If I had to choose a side, I'd probably lean slightly to the right to keep it a buck. I'm like center right or something. But like I said, I'm staying in the middle, bro. I'm not picking no side. You know what I'm saying? And some of you brothers that's out here choosing sides about stuff that don't got nothing to do with you, you better get your mind right. And that goes for all you niggas. That go for you Jew hating niggas and all that too. You weirdo ass niggas that wanna side with white supremacists like Charlie Kirk because he got a problem with the Jews, and Kanye West told you need to have a problem with the Jews because he got a problem with the Jews. Or you got a problem that the Jews run the music industry and you a wannabe ass rapper, wannabe ass musician. Nigga, fall back with that shit. Whatever's going on in Palestine, all that don't got nothing to do with you. Even if you a Muslim, I'm a Muslim. I'm not siding. I had to tell one of the brothers just the other day, yes, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not siding with the Palestinians because I put my people over my religion, right? I put that over my religion. My religion is between me and Allah. But I'm not about to go side with a bunch of Muslims against some other people, like especially when I know that the Muslims got racism amongst Muslims. Like, let's keep it a buck, man. We got to be 100% honest. The Arabs, the Pakistanis, the Indians, all them different kind of Muslims, they all anti-black. They all racist for the most part. I mean, you know, I shouldn't have to say not all. Nigga, you know what I'm saying. The vast majority of them is racist. And even when it comes to the black African Muslims, when they show up on this land, they be anti-black American. So what I look like siding with them to go fight the Jews or what? I'm not siding with none of you. I'm on the sideline, man. I'm with my people, black Americans, you know, the people that don't nobody give a F about when things is happening to us. You know, when we going through turmoil and trials and tribulations, don't nobody care. And everybody comes over and tries to exploit us. Yeah, I'm with them, whether they Christian, Muslim, or it don't matter. That's my ethnic group. That's my people. I'm gonna ride with them before I go ride with some other folks based off of religion, man. Like I said, it ain't about that. Like, I know the Quran talks about one ummah and we all one people, man, but that's not what's practiced in the real world. Islam is perfect, man. It's not. So what I look like siding with men? No. It's all about black American men over here. So like I said, stop jumping in things that don't got nothing to do with you, brothers. If it don't got nothing to do, you play the sideline, you keep your head on a swivel. You want to go get guns, go cop up on some guns. Go get training too. Because niggas talk all this, you gotta go get a gun and don't really know how to shoot it. Don't be doing nothing with the gun. Go to the range and go shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Go get your aim up, go get ready. Because it might pop off and we going to be soft targets out here. The sisters are going to be the biggest targets, in my opinion. They always be the targets and shit, but we got to look out for the kids, look out for your family, look out for your mother, your sister, your cousins, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get wicked out here. And brothers, we got to put this whole beef aside, wherever it stems from. Like I said, me coming from up north, we ain't even thinking about y'all down south like that, to have no beef with y'all. And like I said, in my experiences with brothers and sisters who move up north from the south, and that's from the south that move up, bro, we never had no smoke, never had no problems. If anything, we embrace y'all. Like, come on now. But like I said, man, when brothers come down south from up north, it's the same story over and over and over again, man. Be careful. Them niggas is backstabbers. They do not fuck with us. And I just want to understand why. So, if you hear this, man, if you listen this long, man, get in the comment section, because like I said, ain't nobody on here. I get it. It's late night, whatever. Nah, my subscriber count's still low. We pivoting content. We pivoting everything. We switching things around. Got rid of a lot of them FBA niggas, man. I know it still say FBA on here. Like I said, rebranding is coming up. Still black American empowerment over here, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we off that FBA thing, man. You know what I mean? I still tune into some of that stuff, man. Because like I said, I mean, there is some good stuff there, but there ain't no solutions. Ain't no solutions over there. Nobody's coming to no solutions, man. I'm trying to make solutions here. I'm trying to really unite people, not just on some damn echo chamber on fucking Twitter Spaces and YouTube live streams, man. Like for real, for real. I'm gonna come up with solutions, man. I got a lot of ideas. I just wanted to jump on today, man, or tonight, because, like I said, I had a little incident happen with down here in Jacksonville, and it hit me, man. I'm like, man, yo, man, they just told me how these niggas was down here, man. You know, and I had a similar situation a couple years ago down in Orlando, Florida. That was like, it's like deja vu. It's like, damn, man, these niggas do the same thing. It was like, whether Orlando, Jacksonville, and these is black Americans that's out here with this bullshit, not the tethers and all that. No, 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 no. These is black Americans, niggas, the men. Fuck, what's up with the animosity, man? Y'all get in the comment sections, man. We need to talk about it, man. Let me know what the deal is, man. I'ma holler at y'all. One.